Hello, I'm Arthur Black. Welcome to Weird Homes, a show that looks at the most unusual and bizarre homes in North America. Not hard to tell when you're in the home of a hoarder. Little treasures everywhere you look, usually with a common theme. And when it comes to collectibles, anything goes, even yo-yos. You're gonna meet a guy who's gone gaga over yo-yos, but watch out for the alligators. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll also visit a home that's a feast for the eyes, but torture for the taste buds. The kitchen's full of food, but it's all fake. And if you've got an interest in headhunters, have we got a home for you? Oh yeah, one man's collectible can be another man's cranium. Let's take a look.
Hi, yes, Dr. Meisenheimer. Yeah, we got your biopsy results back, and I just need to go over them with you. Yeah, I know, nobody likes to hear from me. Hi, Mrs. Combs, we're ready for your surgery now. You want to come on back? As you can see, there are lots of yo-yos here. We actually haven't got down and dirty and counted them yet, but we're in the process. I didn't always have this passion for yo-yos. I was like every other kid. I played with yo-yos when I was 12, 13, and then I kind of put it down. I found a yo-yo when I was in medical school, and I found a trick book, and I thought, well, this would be interesting. And so in downtime between classes, I started practicing and actually became pretty good. And when I started my practice here in Orlando, I was doing a lot of competitive swimming where I was going around the country and going to open water swims and masters meets. And there was a lot of downtime at these meets. So I started picking up yo-yos at antique shops. Before 1928, and at least in the United States, yo-yos weren't called yo-yos, they were called bandolores. A man named Pedro Flores came to the United States, and he saw people playing with a ball on a string, and it was quite the craze then, and he said, well, you know, we have a toy that we play in the Philippines called the yo-yo. And I'm going to make those. And so he opened up his company, and he made what is called the Flores yo-yo. And this was the first time it was named the yo-yo in the United States. If you're going to be a Jedi yo-yo collector, you've got to have a Flores yo-yo. It doesn't matter how good you are, everybody wants to see three things. Walk the dog. Round the world. That's round the world twice. And then this is round the moon. And rock the baby. That's rock the baby. And if you can do those three, you're a great yo-yo player. At one time, I think there was a demonstrator that was one of the better-known demonstrators that he only knew those three tricks, but yet he was considered one of the greatest yo-yo players of all time. But that was just because he did it with style. And that's the reason why the ceiling in this room is so high. We have like the first glow yo-yo, the first light-up yo-yo, yo-yos that make bubbles, yo-yos that do funny things when they spin. We've got yo-yos from everywhere from Brazil to Uruguay to the Philippines to you name the country, we've probably got yo-yos from there. And that's the yo-yo playing bunny, although that's not really traditionally how a yo-yo works. It is a lot of fun, and the kids always like looking at that. My wife was very enthusiastic when we were dating, and the enthusiasm has kind of gone like that. Now she is just extremely tolerant.
When we first met, it was interesting. It was very exciting, and I even learned some yo-yo tricks and competed at the National Yo-Yo Competition Beginners category. Then once we got married, I didn't have to do that anymore.
1, 2, 3.
Don't touch it.
Woo!
We have a lot of fun with it. We built the yo-yo museum so I don't have to look at them all over the house.
2,675, 2,676, 2,677, 2,678, 2,600. Max, what are you doing here? Let's see. What are you doing? Let's see. 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now here we are down where we usually do our lake swims. Okay, be careful of those guys right there. All right, now if they start moving, run back. I think they're moving. Run, run, run.
Got me. They're fish. You got me, didn't you?
Of course, concrete alligators move very slowly, just from the cameraman's point of view, that you don't have to run quite that fast. It was funny when I first put them out. One of the neighbors, after a few months, I had actually wasn't even thinking about them, called me up and said, "Don't go in your backyard. There's 2 alligators back there, but don't worry, I've notified all the neighbors and I've called animal control." And then I had to, of course, tell her that they were made out of concrete. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20.
When I was a child, I found a piece of chicken wire in the street, and it was shaped like a fish. And I put it on my wall, and that was the beginning of my collecting. As my family has grown up and left, all these things have replaced people. And they're fun. Everyone loves coming here. It's a happy place. Hi, Mel. Hi. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks.
Hi, Trey.
He's sleeping.
He's 10 weeks old. And that's my daughter, Melanie.
Hi. So what's new in here?
Look at this diner.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I love it.
Very cool.
This is my soft sculpture refrigerator where I store my fake food. I have a carrot cake. This looks amazing, and it's terry cloth.
It's hard to describe because people always want to know what it was like growing up here. And I was probably in 8th grade, and we had a party over, and one of the girls who I wasn't very close to, but she was very popular, and I invited her. She pulled a couple of our friends aside, and she said, "What a bunch of babies."
And that was the biggest compliment I've ever had.
I know, my mom took it as a compliment. I was
thought
like,
that was great.
But then as I got older, I started appreciating how unique it was, and it's like living in a museum. It's very cool.
I think of all of this as art, even if it's just, you know, a piece of sushi made of rubber. Thank you very much. Waitress, do you have any soy sauce?
I think you need 4 chopsticks.
Yum! Hi, Casey. Come on in. Hi. This is my home. Oh my goodness.
They said eclectic, but
It's beyond eclectic, isn't it?
whoa. Oh my goodness.
This is a Mexican shrine. Sort of, with Elvis at the top. He's at the top of every Mexican shrine.
Awesome. Wow. That's cool.
And there's more. Right.
Wait. I've heard rumors about this place, but I've never actually seen it. Audrey is definitely weird. It fits her personality perfectly.
You get on that one. Okay.
I go to auctions for pinball machines, jukeboxes, and these little rides.
I'm trying to find more rides.
I've lived across the street from her for about 5 years. My experience when I first walked in, I was thinking, oh, because all I could see was the mermaid and the wind and the fish. So I'm like, well, that's cool. I like that. And then I walked in, but she is this house. I mean, it's hysterical. But she adds continually, and it's a riot, you know. And I love it. And I'm always after her to put things. And she's got more in the front yard now because I encourage it. I enjoy looking at it. So, you know, it thrills her. It's continual. We make a lot of different shopping hauls in my car because it holds a lot.
They were getting rid of it, and it was my lucky day. There are a few things that are a little more serious or that don't really pertain to one of my collections that I will be willing to part with.
Okay. Can I have anything that you've got that has Lisa Wall on? Any?
No.
Okay. All right, let's make this easy. This is how you're going to get started because you're going to have to learn to give things up if you're going to do this eBay thing.
Okay.
You just point something out to me that I can have.
I'll sell you this.
What's the matter, Donna? That's not what I had in mind. Okay, but I'll take it.
You
That's
can
lovely.
put anything you wanted it. I'll take the fruit out.
I don't get the fruit?
The fruit wasn't part of the deal.
Well, thank you. You did very good. I know it's killing
You're
you.
very welcome.
You did very good. And I feel
Bye, cup. I'm very proud of this.
very proud.
That someone parted with something from
Yes.
this house.
Okay, Carm, enjoy it.
Thank you. Mail me a check.
Yes, ma'am.
What I have here is a Japanese wakizashi. It's a ceremonial sword. Bone scabbard just got off a collector. It's several hundred years old. Quite a valuable little weapon, so put it away in the safe. These are copies from Fiji. Hand-to-hand combat. I guess what I was told what you do is you get the man on the ground like that, and then you'd kick this here and it would break his neck. And this one here, I think they used to use, you know, for almost like a knife. I don't know if they had metal what else. I guess you could get hard enough that would take his head right off. I think when they first came up with bows and arrows too, they used to use that to protect their organs and stuff. Actually, speaking of this here in Fiji, you should see this little fork I picked up over there. The ancient Fijians practiced a lot of cannibalism. They would take the bodies, cut them off, cut the hands and feet off, toss them out, I guess, and then they would bake them, much like those luau's in Hawaii. And I have to guess they'd soften the meat up a little bit. They'd use these special forks and they'd jab it in and twist off big chunks like that. My home is, I guess, fairly eclectic. Everybody has a collection of skulls in it. It's a comfortable little place. It's close to work. I don't have to commute too far. I say I just feel comfortable here with all my little knickknacks I picked up from my various travels. I have a Japanese bodysuit. It's a Japanese kimono, partly done in Japan by hand. Essentially the back's a big demon, kind of my alter ego. It's about 100 hours of work over the course of 20 years. I see a lot of girls knocking down my door. Don't get off on all the dead animals and the skulls very much. It's my last little pet here, rat dog. Had a bit of a heart murmur there and just didn't make it. Anyway, I stuffed one of these days. Took me to one taxidermist. He said, well, you know, I never really considered myself morbid until you kind of brought it up. A group of men and I are doing a documentary on traditional tattooing around the world. We'll be shooting here in the spring. I was up there in Borneo last year and they promised to give me one of the skulls from their collection there. Sort of mine to look after. I guess you have to appease its spirit. It is part of their culture. I mean, they do love headhunting. They live in what's called longhouses. They're the length of a football field. They're sort of on stilts up off the ground. And all their animals, their pigs and all, live down below the stilts. And there'd be like, 200 people living in these. They sort of count the length by the number of doors. Each family has another door. And some of them have like 40 or 50 doors. Very neat. This is a little market skull. Pretty delicate little thing. And a turtle skull. Snapping turtle skull. cougar skulls. Look at the size of the teeth on that. This is kind of a neat little one with all the teeth here. It's a Tasmanian devil. Kangaroo skull. You can see it's definitely vegetarian though, just by the type of the teeth on it. I'm an amateur archaeologist. It just sounds better. Yeah. Tourist, such a tacky term. December, I would wipe it down in rice paper, purify with water. Also, a wet blade cuts better. You would wrap the blade up. Separate. You would lean forward and offer his neck up to a second.
You know, I can relate to Thomas. I started to have a story written on my skin years ago, but I didn't get too far. Bad case of writer's block. I'm Arthur Black. Hope you enjoyed Weird Homes. We'll see you next time.